This is day 82, and in this video, I'm going to talk about how to play low ground and endgame in duos. So here, we have low ground fully claimed, there's no other team on our lair, but there's only 4 seconds until zone pull, so what we should do now is just get ready for pull and do nothing. But, what I do is I see this team above us, and I start shooting at them, and I'm not paying attention to the timer on zone switch, and then so there was 50 seconds left, right? I start moving at 47. So that's 3 seconds wasted. And that 3 seconds is what decides who gets front low. And this team gets it before us because we wasted 3 seconds. So if we were ready, so we really wasted 2 seconds here, right? And now we start a run. We would have been here already. And once we were here, this team couldn't have done anything. We would just went front and just broke through all these old builds. But we let this team cut me off, and they have right hand peeks this whole way. So now I'm just fully fucked. I could have easily died there if they were looking together, and if you hit a better shot. And then what happens is I'm like, okay, let's go to the left side of zone. But then there's another team that cuts us off. Why? Because we wasted so much time getting cut off here and earlier on zone switch. We get lucky, we get an ult tarp, but then this team on our left is pressuring us while this team on our right is on low is pressuring us. And we can't go up because it's a reload, so there's nobody in the game but height. So then we're going to get lobby sprayed by them. So the only play we can do is hope to push through, and my teammate ends up dying because he's getting pressure from both sides. And this is a game where those 3 seconds on zone switch is a deciding factor between us getting second place versus getting fourth place in this game. And yeah, just being ready on zone switch is so important, especially when you want to claim low ground. In this example, we're super stacked. 130 builds and 116 builds. 4 shocks and 5 shocks. The most stat game we had of the tournament. But zone pull is max, and we're one of the first teams to have to go. So we go, and look, all these other teams haven't really gone yet. Obviously, there's some teams that went, but there's other teams behind us that can wait. And because we land on the right side, which is expanding side, by the time we box up, like 10 seconds later, there's going to be teams on our right and our left and above us and in front of us, which means this is not a good spot to really stay in, which is fine because we have shock, so we can shockwave again deep into the zone. But the mistake I make here is thinking, okay, I'm on the right side of zone. Let me just tarp it in and claim front low. So then we have an awkward timing here. As you can see, this team is behind us and they're trying to claim low. So then I stare them off. What I should have done if I really wanted to block them off is just place a stare here. Then they're fucked. They have to med miss front or tank around to get front. But instead, I don't place a stare here, so then he can obviously just go here. The next mistake I make is I'm trying to cut him off here, but I build these walls first. Why would you build these walls first when this is the biggest danger? If I place this wall first, he can't get it. But because I place these other walls first before this one, I don't even realize he gets the wall. And then I get hit 150, and then he's fully jumping in my box. And as you can see, bro, we're just in the middle of everybody. Obviously, this team is here, and then because we got hit 150, now we're in the middle of 2 teams. I'm telling my teammate to help me, help, and then this other team starts smacking on his wall. He gets boxed, and then he dies. Then another kid starts like fighting me, and now I'm 1 HP. So how did we go from the most stacked team in the lobby to being 8 HP and then my teammates being dead? Because we tried to tarp on low. If we would have stayed in our previous box, which was like right here, right? This brick box. We would have waited, we would have shocked around to the right side, went deep, maybe paused on a high layer over here, or maybe go on low. But because we try to inch in on edge, and because we're on the expanding side and there's teams behind us that still have to go, they're just going to run on the right side and they're just going to cut us off. But then the counter to that is to wait for zone to open up even more and then enter in on over here, right? Because this guy is the most, like, this team is on the right side of zone right now. But yeah, that was just a bad timing, and I should have tarped on low because it's the diagonal pull. Like, if this is a straight pull, I think it would have been fine. I would have held the right side the whole time. But like I said, that was just not a good time to play for low. And yeah, that's why that cost us our game. The mistake I make in the first game of the tournament is not mechanical at all. It doesn't take any like Fortnite skills. It's literally all about stop greeting my whites in zone. I'm already 6 HP. It's a 2 tick. The mech kit takes like 2 to 3 seconds to pop. So why would I not start popping it before 10 seconds? And the thing is, I try to build before popping. Like, I would have already been dead if I started popping at 4 seconds, I think. Or like 4 HP. But like, I should have built earlier and just popped the mech kit. Like, it's such a dumb way to die. Especially with the mats that I have. And my teammate is shambles. Because he kept getting farmed out of the air. And this completely ruined our game. Because I died a zone later. Because I come back for my loot and then I die. It's just a disaster. Like, it's something I really need to stop doing. It's a bad habit of greeting my whites and not just popping it earlier. Even if it's 6 HP less or 10 HP less. Because, like, it results in me dying and just completely selling games. So I make a couple off-spawn mistakes in this tournament at our drop spot. So the first game where we die off spawn is I hear him get the barrels, so then I know that like we're kind of cornering him here, but then I get fried from my side. What I should have done here is simply place a wall behind the stair and then start popping a mini. But instead what I do is I place 2 cones. So now I have 0 builds and I'm phasing my own cone. I literally can't even see him and I die. If I would have placed the cone and a wall here, he would have been forced to run out this way towards my teammate, and he could have just held his right hand, shoot him, and then he would have been fucked. But because I did this dumb play, and I phased myself with the cone, I die, and then my teammate, luckily, he clutches up. But, I mean, this could have been bad. If this was a duo, only a solo landed here. That's why we both didn't die instantly, but because his teammate was somewhere else, that's why we were good. But yeah, this is a bad sell by me. In this game, we get 1v2'd because, well, I'll show you. So, I have best drop, and I get a spaz. I only see 1 glider, so I chase him instantly. I don't know if he has a gun or not, but I completely overextend. I have no build, so I can't protect myself, right? Obviously. And I completely chase him, and then, like, the spaz pull-out time is bad, and obviously he already has his gun out, so he's going to be able to shoot before I can. And yeah, like, what I should have done probably first is like right hand peek this door to see, because maybe he has a shotgun, who knows, right? And he did. Right hand peek the door, see where he is, then I can go to this cover, and then obviously look at the visual footsteps. Like, if he's still running, if I sit behind this door and I still see he's running, then I can keep chasing him and get to here. And if he goes for the chest, get to here. If he goes into this room, then maybe change the angle, go through this window, right? But instead, I just completely like bought out and just like run at him instead of actually playing like methodically. So in this game, this team decides to key us in zone, and the mistake that I make is, so here they're together, they're about to be together, so they start splashing, right? So I thought they're gonna leave, but obviously they wanted to just come fight us, right? So what I should have done is, look, we only have 2 boxes of space. Like, we need to make space out here, make like a 2x2 here. But the problem is that we just sit in these 2 boxes because, like, I'm playing passive. Like, I'm not playing defensive enough, you know? Like, I'm just letting them take space, and they take pretty good angles. Like, this guy is on a safe peak, and then this guy is on our wall over here. So now we're cooked. We're just getting full sprayed from both directions, and I'm just getting fully fucked, and then I die because, I mean, they're just putting on so much pressure with the broken ARs and reload, and then I die because we don't have enough space. Just need to make space, need to keep moving. You can't stay in the same boxes. Like in the video I talked about how to fight defensively. You can't stay in the same boxes. And that starts with having space where you can move. And here, the only place we can go is this way. And it's like, it's kind of cooked, like, you know? So should have made the space earlier. Invest the mats, because if we like make the extra boxes, maybe they just leave. But because we're only in 2 boxes, they probably saw us as an easy target to kill, because they can easily pinch us and then kill us. This mistake made me so upset at myself because I vividly remember thinking in my head, don't jump with the fizz. And that's exactly what I did. Like, I was literally trying so hard not to jump with it. But as you can see, you can't, like, I couldn't run down without jumping. But there's a solution, obviously, which is just to place a cone. Because the problem is, I jump here, and instantly right here, I knew I was dead. Because then Height starts shooting me, and then you're just a flying duck. It's such an easy kill. I die, then my teammate gets super unlucky. He dies in the dumbest way possible. Someone accidentally chalked into his box and then he dies. But yeah, this is completely my fault. 68 builds. I had a slurp popped. My team has 50. Like, this is unacceptable to not get a top 2 in this game. And it's all because I jumped with the Fizz. It's a mistake I made last chapter when the Fizz was the meta. Like, it's something I have to stop doing. It's so tempting to jump with it, but I need to like control myself and not jump with the Fizz. So day 82 was the Elite Reload Series Plains day 2. We ended up getting 747th. And if you recall my last video, or like 3 videos ago on the day 1 of the play-ins, we got like 830th maybe? 850, I don't remember, but we did play better this time around. I don't know how, because it felt like we played really bad, but my Wi-Fi did go out 3 times mid-game this tournament. My Wi-Fi was having such bad issues. It would keep like stop working, and I get kicked out of the game with good mats, and I got kicked out of endgame one time. So there is that. We probably would have got maybe 230 at least if I didn't crash in those games, but we obviously still played bad and we made a lot of mistakes, but it was a good tournament. We learned a lot, and that's all that matters. And now we're going to go into trials in a couple of days, Div Cup starting, and then there's another EWC qualifier in like a couple weeks. So we're just trying to improve, you know, every week, get better placements, do better, learn. And yeah, that was day 82.